Welcome to the Mega Manitoba movie.
The other thing I want to show you is these dry bags. Those go in my bags on my bike, and so I put not only the tent on my all the sleeping gear and the tent on my bike, but also these go in my panniers, and in there we put our dry clothing, the clothing that needs to stay absolutely dry, and that goes in there so that we have fresh, clean clothing and dry clothing in the event that there's a downpour. The other bag is our day-to-day clothing.
Yeah.
Our rain jacket goes in there, our day-to-day clothes that we're changing, and all that. One thing that we have done throughout the summer, we don't get to do our laundry, but Josh, maybe tell the folks here what we end up doing for laundry. We found out a good little trick.
Well, instead of, doing laundry, you can't always really find like a wash and dryer wherever you go. So the best thing, and really the only thing we can do, is we will take our clothes into the shower. You can kind of use shampoo to wash it down, and you just put your clothes in and you just wring it out and you let it air out overnight because there's really nothing you can do. And it's, even if you do end up doing laundry, well, the next day you got to hop back on your bike and it's going to get dirty over again. So that's really just the best way to do it.
Yeah, so that's what we had been doing. Normally when we are staying at campgrounds, it's usually $1 for 3 to 5 minutes in the shower. And what we do is just bring our dirty laundry that day, the stuff we've been biking in. And we allow the water to rinse that out and wash it out. We'll wring it out in the shower, and then we'll let it dry overnight. It's usually damp and cold in the morning, but actually that's not a bad thing, especially this past summer when we biked in some really hot days. There were some days we actually went to some campgrounds during the day and soaked our shirts in water to keep us cold for longer. So it's really not bad to start off a little cold and warm your body up. So that's what we've been doing in terms of our laundry, is just washing our clothes in the shower and letting them dry out overnight and using them again in the morning. And then, of course, our blue dry bags keep some of the other clothes dry. And we do use one of those bags for only overnight sleeping, where it has to remain dry, because there's nothing worse than having wet clothing in a downpour when it's cold. It is very uncomfortable. So that's what we do. The last thing I wanted to talk about, Josh, if you get my helmet, and I really want to talk about this with some of the other bike riders. This is my helmet. And basically, I ordered this sweatband, and it claimed that it would turn it around.
Yeah.
See that yellow silicone strip in there? What it's supposed to do is that's supposed to go on your forehead, and it's supposed to, the sweat is supposed to hit that yellow section and divert the sweat away from your eyes, and it's supposed to run down the side of your head. I put it on right because the company asked me, well, did you put it on right? Yeah, I put it on right. And it was actually probably the worst product I've used. It actually, literally, the sweat went right into my eyes. So what I end up using is just folding that lengthwise. Can you show them what I do, Josh?
Yeah.
Do you know what I do?
Yeah.
So I just use a old tea towel. I fold it into a rectangle one more time.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I put that over my head. Show them, put it on the forehead. And I wrap it around my ears. And then I put my helmet on. And actually that works the best for me. I don't know what works for you, but that's been working for me. So I'd like to hear what some of you guys do to reduce the sweat that goes into your eyes It fogs up your glasses, your eyes burn. It's very uncomfortable. I've been trying to find another way to reduce the sweat going into your eyes and fogging up your glasses. And it's kind of dangerous at times, especially when you're on the highway and vehicles are coming. It's not a good thing at all.
There is one more thing that I would like to mention. Another thing we do have on our bikes is we have these lights. We have these lights on our bike. So during the night, if we do have to do some night riding, we have these lights. And it's got one mode where it's just, it stays solid and it's on. And there's another one where it'll flash 3 times and it'll kind of stop for a second. And then it'll flash 3 times and kind of stop for a second. And another thing we do have on our bikes is we have this pouch. It's about that thick, that long, and it can actually hold our, our phone or our iPod in this small little pouch instead of having it, in your pocket or something. So it just keeps it a bit more safe.
Yeah, we keep some personal items in there. It's just another little tool that we use on our bikes to keep a few more items on our bikes. What I use on my bike, and we'll probably show you a photo of this, is I use 3 water bottles. So we have 3 water bottle cages on there. Josh has 3 water bottle cages on his. He uses his Camelback. I use those water bottles, and we try to fill up at the nearest watering hole. Sometimes we have to purchase water because water is not drinkable in that area, in the well water. But generally speaking, I use the 6 water bottles, plus we use Gatorade too. That'll basically get us through the day, and we basically have to refill our water every day that way, especially in the heat. It's extremely important to be hydrated. So that's our gear. We'd like to know what you guys use, what works for you, and please comment, like, subscribe, and share. Any other thoughts, Josh?
Turn on the bell notification.